So what is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I want to share with you real data, real evidence, and reveal a portion of the life insurance industry that your upline, the person who recruited you, will not tell you. I make this video because I want to share with you exactly real numbers and real data of why most people are just flat out broke, who are losing money, who are overspending on leads. If you find yourself not being able to cash flow at the end of the month, I want to share with you a business model that, in my eyes, is typically broken and is only there to help the IMOs make money while you as the agent suffer. In this video, I want to share with you with my business partner. We did a quick interview on Zoom, and we just broke down the side of the business that you've probably never seen or never understood. That's going to give you and really just reveal to you why most people are basically set up not to make money after overspending on leads, realizing what your chargeback ratio is, kind of the math behind this game, that you are really not being set up to succeed. So in this video, I'm going to keep it really, really short. I want you to watch this video, listen to the math. Micah is a wizard when it comes down to numbers, and most people aren't understanding of their numbers, which keeps them broke. So jump into the Zoom. We talk about the different sides of the business and how the traditional high comp model, which everyone wants, will and is designed to make your IMO a lot of money off of leads, CRMs, and systems, while you as the agent suffer. I make this video because I love you guys. I want you guys to win, and I'm here to share with you the side of the business that I wish I knew early on. That would have helped me make more money a lot earlier, and I want you to make more money in your business journey. So check it out. Leave a comment. We're going to be answering. There's going to be a lot of questions at the bottom. Leave your questions. I'm going to be making videos off of what you respond. So go ahead and check this video out. Cheers. For me, when I met you, I didn't even know what my combo was. I was just like so hungry and trying to sell. And I think a lot of people are taking advantage of basically ignorance of, this is the dream. And I think the best way to share with them the real truth about the industry is just to share them numbers that I don't think the recruiter will tell them. I don't think the person that brought them into the business is going to show them. I don't think anybody's going to show with you the spreadsheet that you built. So we're just doing this out of place of love. And what do they say? The numbers don't lie, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up for you the spreadsheet, the exact spreadsheet that I ran.
Mhm.
And this
And
is
this,
like an exceptional agent in the industry. Like most agents aren't doing what we're doing. And that's something that I've realized over time as well. Most agents don't sell 8 to 10 policies a week.
yeah.
And so, as I've kind of run these numbers, as far as our model and versus the traditional model, most agents aren't going to be doing this. Most agents will be doing this close in like a month. So what I'll kind of show is
This is the
on average, go
this
ahead.
is the high comp model. Like if you're in a high comp, this is how much money you're going to make, basically, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So if you look right here, agent SI comp, that's basically for a simplified issue policy. Most agents, especially starting out, are at about a 90% comp level.
Yeah.
On
And
the
the SI,
GI
but
products, that's going to be like that AIG, that Gerber
yeah.
Life. They're generally sitting around 50 to 60% when they start out. From there, agents are allowed to have usually about a 9 month advance. Some agencies will make it closer to 6, but most of the larger IMOs are doing that 75% advance.
What does that
Uh,
mean? Let's break it down like 75. So,
yeah, so basically, if you sell a policy today for $1,000, right,
mhm,
and you are at a 90% comp, it means you're going to get that's $900 total that you made
mhm,
over the course of the 12-month period, right?
yeah,
But they only actually let you keep 75% of that upfront. That's basically your 30-day cash.
yeah,
So within the first 30 days of selling that policy, you will get that 9 month advance on the
the
total
nine,
compensation of the policy. Yep.
right.
Um, and as I've kind of run numbers looking at most agents' policies as well as even some of our own, I'm realizing that most policies tend to sit anywhere between about the 65 to $75 per month range, which would result in about $780 in annual premium. And this is what that comp rate would be based off of. Is at $780. And some policies are substantially higher, some policies are substantially lower, but for the most part, they usually fall around in line with about that 780 per policy. From there, as I've spoken to many of the agents as well, a lot of people are sitting at only keeping about 80% of their business. They have about 20% of their business that's lost over time. And so as you run kind of all of these numbers together, you realize that there's really no way with this system to make a decent living without controlling your lead flow, especially when they're charging oftentimes $15 per lead or higher,
Yeah.
in order to just have fresh A leads. So what we provide to our agents here is we give them 150 leads per week, And so if we were to, run out the model and give them that 150 leads per week and charge, exactly what the market is charging at $15 a piece, I mean, you'd be looking at $2,250 that each agent would have to spend in
And
order to
then,
just be able to get that 150 leads.
yeah, and everyone just talks about it too in the traditional models, like buy leads. Everyone's just like buy leads, buy leads. But that cost right there is what people don't realize. And that adds up when you need so many more leads, you're spending more money, but you're not actually making more. So yeah, people would have to. I've been there when I was my first time. I was spending about $2,000, $3,000 leads. Um, but yeah, so that's $2,225 in the lead cost. And then what's the system like if you have like basically
Yeah.
like,
So
yeah, like a ringy or like a CRM basically?
Yeah, so for our system, we use, there's the go high level, but then we also provide to our agents, we give them the quoter, we give them an email system, a professional email.
Yeah.
We provide them with, phone time that we all have to pay for on the back end. So for our agents, we would have to, we're spending usually about $125 a week just for that agent to have exactly what system we use. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that every agent's spending that, maybe they're only spending $50 a week or less, but the bottom line is that it's actually not the system that kills them. If you notice, it's really just the leads. So if
Yeah.
we even, decrease that to just $50 a
$50.
week, you're only spending $200. That's still $2,300 in total cost that you're spending per
Just
week
for leads. Yeah.
just on the leads. And,
Okay.
again, this is an exceptional agent here. And maybe some agents are only doing this in a month, only getting 150 leads in a month. But this is where the numbers actually came out to.
So this is your
So
production right here. So ask yourself as you're watching this, how many policies do you sell a week? I mean, if you're doing more than eight, you're a pretty good agent, but we've seen most people are only on like three, four policies. So this is if you do eight policies, right?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And two
And
would be,
a
yeah,
lot of people are like also, oh well, your closing percentage should not be, only like 5%. Well, I agree it shouldn't only be 5%. But the reality still is that most agents are not closing even eight policies in a month, much less eight policies in a week.
yeah. I mean, you could even give them best case scenario, show them 10 policies a week, and you could see what the numbers are. This is why people are struggling. So yeah, walk them through like why two GI, why six simplified issue. What's your math there?
Yeah, so in general, we usually see about 20% of the total overall leads become basically GI policies. So this is actually a pretty generous assumption right here. That a 20% of total policies would be technically 1.6 GI
Mhm.
policies or guaranteed issue policies. So we rounded that up to two. But even if we move that down to a one and did a seven, you can see kind of the difference here that the overall compensation, it's not great. In 30-day cash that you'd make on the GI policies at that 60% comp rate, you're only making $281 off of that one policy. If you were to do the simplified issue policies off of that 90% comp rate after the advance, after the amount of chargebacks that you're going to receive on that as well, you're only making $929 for expenses.
Yeah.
Now, this is the number that everybody shows you, though, and they don't even show you this number. They show that you did 780 AP. So we can even do the math on that real quick. At 780 in AP per policy, a lot of people are showing that you're doing, $6,240, and that's what you made for the week. But that's not.
Mm-mm.
Nobody makes $6,240 because after your lead costs, you made $929 for that week.
Right. And they'll use that $6,000 as like a way like to recruit people to bring people in and what's the problem? They're gonna get trapped in the same broken system basically.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
again, you did $6,240 in sales, but this is all you provided for your family.
Yeah. In the next 30 days, you're gonna receive a profit of sorry, yeah, in the next 30 days of that week of $929.
But the biggest problem that a lot of people, and people say, oh, well, I'm at a higher comp rate as well. Well, the biggest problem is not necessarily the comp rate. It's that the system's broken on the lead end. Marketers especially, it is extremely lucrative. That's why you see a lot of agents go from being an agent to going and selling leads. And it's because it's substantially more lucrative to go to people without having to deal with the chargebacks and just literally sell them leads for the profit.
Yeah.
So, we can even change this number and make it, oh, well, you only have a 1 point, you're at 110% comp. Most
Yeah.
agents aren't starting at that. And they're at, an 80% GI level. You still end the day at, these people are only making, 1,600 bucks per week. And again, these are still numbers that most agents aren't selling,
Yeah.
8 policies even in a month.
Yeah, and that's going to bring you to us. You make $6,712 total, and think about the hours that you have to work, and most importantly, you could probably make more money like working a normal job. And also, there's going to be
100%.
chargebacks that come too. People
Well,
that aren't going to make the
this number
pay.
includes that chargeback for you,
Okay.
fortunately. But you're right. You might as well just be working a salaried position where
Yeah,
the cash is guaranteed, where you know that you're going to be making that every single month, and you don't have to deal with all the stress of running the business. Because what happens when you know you don't own your lead flow, basically, and now they decide to increase cost on those leads, or maybe the quality dips a little bit, so you're not selling as many policies. And
yeah,
I see this happen time and time and time again. Like I said, 57% of the people that took our survey voted for this exact system right here. We told them how many leads they could get. We told them that, we'd be charging $15 per lead. We told them how
hmm,
much the system would cost. And yet every single majority of the people who went onto that survey voted to make this income and actually less.
yeah. And then that's especially if that IMO brought you in, they just made $2,300 off of you times every other agent that they typically recruit if you're buying their in-home leads. Um,
Yeah. No,
so
I mean that's pretty darn close to it. A lot of the IMOs are probably making, if not three-quarters of this number right here.
yeah,
That's all profit,
yeah,
plus the overhead that they get on top of it, which for most agencies who, are direct to carrier, they're running a 40 to 55% override on this number.
yeah. So I mean, it kind of just shows like the agent will get the typical short end of the stick here in the traditional model. And this is if you're exceptional. Imagine if you're a brand new agent and you've never sold a policy before. You heard about the life insurance industry. Now you're spending your money. You don't even know what final expense is. And then you have to try to sell. And you're selling 1 to 2 policies, but you're selling, 2,300. You're buying $2,300 with the leads. It's like a formula that's just like, because and you have all these people recruiting. So how do you train the people up to even have the talent to sell 8 policies? It's just it's
It's a constant cycle of everyone going broke. I
yeah,
mean, you're basically bringing people into a system, and maybe they have the data to back it. Maybe they can say, "Yeah, I sold $6,200. I sell $6,200 a week." Meaning that I'm making $25,000 a month.
yeah,
But nobody actually shows their bank account. Nobody
yeah. That's
shows them that
why.
this is actually what they brought home from that.
Yep. Oh man, that's good stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, dude. I think it just gives people a clear understanding, and it's just like a lack. I mean, people will come in here just trying to. People, I think, join the high comp model because they just want to become a sales individual, and this is where your business mind comes to play. It's like you're not just a sales guy. You're now operating a business, and every business owner has to track their numbers, and this is the side that people just don't really look at. Would you say?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I
Yeah.
think majority of agents do not know their numbers. They don't understand their cash flow. They don't know how much they're spending on leads and how much they're actually losing because of what they're spending on leads. And like
Yeah.
you said, I mean, the number one thing that people say, there's two things that your upline is generally telling you to do. And it's number one, oh, well, you're only failing and you're only not making the income you want because you need to buy more leads.
Hmm.
Or number two, oh, well, you're not making the income you want because you just need to recruit more agents into this model. And it's not so you can make more money. It's because that upline, they cash flow very, very well. And like I told you, I mean, we could go this model. This is not the model I want to go. I think it's, in
Yeah.
fact, in a lot of instances, pretty unethical. But
Yeah.
we could make double what our agents are making in a year if we went this model.
Yeah, man. And people are so locked into, even though it's funny, this is the only industry I've seen where people like will continue to lose money and still wake up the next week and next month and just keep doing it. People are agents that have been plugged in for months and years that are still not making money. It's like,
It's about hope, right?
yeah,
Once you sell somebody the dream and you give them that hope that, one day they're going to be financially free, that one day they're going to be a millionaire, even though the real statistic on millionaires is that literally only like 2% of people ever actually become a millionaire,
yeah,
you know, because they've been fed that hope, because they've been fed that way out, they'll cling on to that hope and they'll do whatever it takes in order to just cling on to that hope for one more day, even though they don't realize that the boat that they're rowing in is not the right vehicle for them. Sometimes,
so
and
funny.
I hate to say it, one of the worst things that happens is that maybe this isn't the wrong opportunity. Maybe insurance is where you'll become a millionaire, but you're just using the wrong boat to
Yeah.
row in.
And I just see so many IMOs and there's people that I've followed, and they're like, dude, like I think the financial service industry, that financial service boat makes the most amount of millionaires, but like you can just see the math doesn't add up. I think that's just like a simple recruiting tool or tactic just to sell that dream.
It is a
Yeah.
recruiting tool, because what they don't tell you is that, oh, well, the financial and services industry makes the most millionaires. That is true.
Yeah.
What they don't tell you is that it's not an insurance. The majority of millionaires, are made in the financial services industry, through stocks, through investing, through,
Investment banking. Yeah.
exactly. And so, yeah, most millionaires are made in the financial services industry. But it's not selling insurance, and it's not doing it with this
Yeah.
model.
Exactly. You're spending a lot of money, of your own money. We'll kind of wrap it up here, to basically try to acquire a client that doesn't have money, which is also another interesting thing about the model is like we're selling final expense insurance to people that are broke. So you got to be really damn good at selling. You got to really know your numbers, or it will kind of flip on you quickly. And I think that's what we're seeing inside of our group. And people that are reaching out to us, like they don't realize how fast it could flip. People are moving out, being told to, drive across country to join certain IMOs to have leaders guide them. And we just want you guys to be cautious. Like you could lose your savings quick, especially if you have kids and a family. Like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I hate to say it. I mean, I started in the industry and I did it completely non-traditionally. I've never purchased a lead, and, I started marketing and I didn't have the skill of marketing yet. And, we ran through our savings extremely quickly in order to start this business. And we had $30,000 in savings before we started.
Yeah.
Most agents don't start with a quarter of that.
Yeah. Or anything. And I can't imagine starting this. You need money. Like people ask, like even in our group, you need money to start this business. Just as you can see, you need at least $2,000 if you want to get, get roll. If you want to make $900, you need at least 2,000. So
Yeah, exactly. And, that's the other excuse that a lot of uplines say is, oh, well, it takes money to make money.
yeah,
Well, as we keep digging into our model, I'm realizing more and more that there is a better way. That most people are just, they've been sold on this dream that really doesn't exist for most people.
yeah. Well, sweet dude. If you guys don't know, Mike is my business partner. We're just here to try to help you guys. And there's a lot of people that our channel was just designed to just kind of expose the truth about the industry. We're not here to, bash on the traditional model, but we're here to provide a saving vehicle for you and hopefully your family, because there's a lot of unknowns, and we're just trying to expose some of the things that, at least I wish I knew and some other people should need to know. So Micah, thank you for joining on here and sharing your wisdom. And I think we're going to help a lot of people with what we're building. But
Absolutely.
yeah, so thanks again. If you guys need anything, just comment. I hope this video brought you value. And if you guys need help, reach out to Micah. He's part of our team here, and reach out to me. We're going to be growing and hopefully trying to rescue you guys and just provide a real way for you to provide for your family. So thanks again, dude.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Peter. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, I'll see you in a bit.